Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the speaking section of IELTS. So let me give you a quick introduction on the format. It's going to be 10 to 15 minutes long. There's going to be 3 sections. Number 1 is going to be like general questions. The second one is going to be a specific topic that you're going to be given. You're going to be handed a card on which you can write some topics and headings that you can discuss about this certain topic that you're given. And at the third section is going to be like the analysis and your opinion on that topic, further discussion of that topic, but the examiner is going to be asking you some questions about it. A few tips that I would give someone who's giving the speaking test and is scared that they might not do good is that you should practice it regularly. You can't really prepare for it. If your English is good, it's good. If it's bad, then you have to speak it regularly in front of the mirror. You got to practice some practice questions that are available on YouTube. Look at the videos on YouTube. I'm going to be putting some in the description. And always know that whenever you're about to give a test, don't just look at the 100% achiever or the 9 band achiever or 8 band. Look at the ones who got a 3 band, so you can like tell yourself that you're in the 5 band section, you're in the 6 band section. So I've left a few videos in the description which are of an 8-9 band student and also a 4 or 5 band student. So that way you're gonna know where you lie. Secondly, you should expand your vocabulary, not the hard GRE type vocab. You can look up some words that you might use, for example, synonyms and stuff like that. And practice answering some common questions. Like I said, you can search some common questions. There's ChatGPT. We're going to be discussing about it more further in this video. And you can use those common questions and see how good you are with English. You have to use proper grammar, proper pronunciation. Be a good listener. You should be a good listener if the examiner is talking. You should listen to what he's saying, what the question is, and answer it. Organize your thoughts. So if you're given a question, don't just start talking about it right away. Maybe like organize your thoughts, think about it for a second, and then go for it. Provide examples and details only if those are good, not some random bad examples. Like, be confident and speak naturally. This is some things that people really forget. I've seen a lot of people who fake an accent, and it just gets bad for them because it just doesn't seem natural, and all they're looking for is natural way of talking. So don't be ashamed if your pronunciation isn't the best. I've seen people get a 7 or an 8 band even though their English is like normal. So don't be afraid and be confident about it. These are a few examples, but before we go in detail about these examples, I searched some frequent questions on ChatGPT, and so these are the suggestions. So the first part is going to be, like I said, general questions about you. It's just going to be an introduction interview kind of thing. So can you tell me your name? What should I call you? Where do you work? Do you study? Stuff like that. Then you're going to be handed over a cue card where you will write something about a topic. For example, like ChatGPT says, describe a person you admire. So they're talking about a leader. Describe a place you will like to visit in the future and stuff like that. So basically, these are also general but specific topics they're going to give you. And the last one is going to be discussion. This part is basically like they're going to ask you further questions on the topic that was given to you in the section before this. And they're going to ask for your opinions, ask for further analysis. For example, what qualities make a good leader? So it's linking to the describe a person you admire. And how important is education in a person's life? It's linking to if you want to continue further studies and stuff like that. So these are a few questions that you can use to prepare yourself. And these are just examples. So there aren't questions that might be asked towards you. For example, they asked me the question, what are the benefits of using a television over radio and newspaper and stuff like that. So these are a few suggestions, and I think it's pretty cool if you use ChatGPT to prepare a little. So now you have a better understanding of what they might ask you. Anyways, these are the examples I have in the folder of IELTS that I have. So the part 1, the examiner asked the candidate about him, the introduction and stuff. And part 2, they're going to give you this block. They're going to tell you to write something about it. So they're asking like an occasion when you had to wait a long time for someone and something to arrive. So now you know in the topic number 3, they're gonna ask you questions about how time is important. Should you arrive early? Should you arrive late? Should you be patient and stuff like that. So moving on in part 3, as you can see, it says in what kind of situation should people always arrive early. So basically, you can see that they're both linked together. So this whole process is going to take 10 to 15 minutes. If your practice good, if your lexical resource, your vocab is good, your fluency is perfect, you're linking to the topic very good, your grammar is good, and your pronunciation is good, and you're attentive, then there's no way you cannot achieve more than the 7. But yeah, so that's about it for the speaking section.